Hi everybody, I hope this finds you well. Those of you who are under a bit of Christmas pressure, take it easy and tell the family to jump in and help. And for those of you who are alone this Christmas, it is indeed possible to find joy in that too. I know, I've been there many times. And you know what? There were times I actually encouraged my children to accept invitations so I can be alone, just to rest and do what I want for a day or two. Even today, as I count my blessings and am grateful for everything I have, I would not have minded to just pig out for 2 days, sleep, bath for 2 hours, eat when I want to, eat and sleep when I want to sleep. But it is not meant to be, and I absolutely do not mind my current circumstances. Really, my daughter and old Dragon Man are both a blessing. And you know what? Old Dragon Man may soon turn 16, but in his heart he is still a kid and quietly excited about Christmas. So we will do Christmas, go the whole hog. Just the three of us. Okay, royals and royals. Where do we start? I was told to stay away from the royals for a couple of days because there is a lot coming up to talk about. But I'm a little attached to this channel and it feels like I'm missing something or forgetting something when I do not do a channel video. So I'm going to touch on the royals before I go over to Meghan and Harry and a general message. Prince Andrew. Oh my word. I honestly do not know what to think. Yes, I see the exact same photographs that you do, but something is really bugging me and I just cannot put my finger on it. I look at Bill Clinton and I look at Bill Gates and Woody Allen, and in my mind's eye, I can see what they did, where they've been, and what came out of their mouths. I actually see them clawing girls. I mean, we see Clinton bare-chested in numerous photographs, and I don't even want to go into it all. Some of the photographs I looked at are definitely not for public consumption, and I would prefer not to dwell on it. I also studied Maxwell in some of the photographs, and where I find Epstein just plain dirty and evil, there's something leering and conniving in Maxwell's face. There's a photograph of Andrew laying across the laps of a couple of girls or women. Maxwell is standing behind the couch looking down on them, and where Andrew's face shows him being funny or having fun or taking the mickey, Maxwell's face shows a sense of satisfaction and glee. I can actually hear her thinking, "Gotcha, you idiot." I really don't know, guys. Something does not feel right. I looked through photographs of Epstein's Manhattan pad, and it is somehow bare and cold. But it is also dotted with photographs and artworks which depicts Epstein's depravity. I do not quite believe that he ran through his house every time, say, Andrew came to visit and then removed the artworks before Andrew arrived. But he also has like a storeroom filled with a variety of sculptures and odd artwork. So, I mean, it's not impossible that he would actually do that or have it done, get a maid or somebody to do it. To date, there had been a few photographs of Andrew from Epstein's stash, which we could imagine to be nefarious, okay? But unless there is a video or footage of Andrew in bed having relations with an underage girl, none of what we saw so far will get him convicted of anything. In my opinion, this was a trap set for Andrew, and he was either too stupid or naive and fell for it, hook, line and sinker. I see there's even gossip that Charles will take the Queen's corgis from Andrew. It is my opinion that Charles is deriving some kind of sadistic pleasure from destroying Andrew. I'm not falling for Charles protecting and helping his brother. No, I'm sorry. I also deplore Andrew Lani's continuous or continued attacks on Andrew. What does he really want? Does he want Andrew Mountbatten Windsor to kill himself so he can write yet another book on it? Please understand, I really want you to understand that I'm not protecting Andrew or even standing up for him at all. For all I know, he's even a worse person or idiot than we know, and quite frankly, if that is the case, so be it. Charge him. I've said this so many times. Charge him, convict him of whatever crime he committed. But until then, enough is enough. Stop it. Everybody who has spent 10 minutes anywhere near Andrew now seems to have a story to tell. Rude and entitled. Yes, maybe. But for as long as I can remember, I have heard stories of how charming and kind and clean Andrew was. I heard that he was extremely neat, a bit of a germaphobe. I heard that he was inquisitive and a little naive, friendly and charming. So for, say, 45 to 50 years, that is what we heard. Plus, that he was a good officer and soldier and a caring and loyal son to both his parents. And now? Does it mean that Andrew was not spoiled or not rude to some of the servants sometimes, or maybe even a little entitled? No, and no. I'm sure he's all of those things. But the terrible, disgusting, subhuman, all and sundry from maids and bodyguards and trash collectors are making him out to be? Is he all of that? You know what? I'm not so sure. I have a feeling that some of it is attention-seeking, some of it is a payday, and some of it is jealousy, anger, and God alone knows what the heck is actually, really, honestly, and truly happening. Okay, guys, but we'll give it time. Let's see what happens. My personal advice to Andrew would be that he has a choice to make. Either he must find help and support and start fighting to clear his name, even if it takes writing that book and throwing everyone else under the bus. They did it to him. He can just as well go ahead and do it too. Or, if he doesn't want to, he must give up. Draw a line under his brothers and nephews, the entire family except his daughters and grandchildren, and go and live in that palace in Bahrain or wherever. Just wave them off and say thank you for it all. He has no other choice. But in my opinion, Andrew will see his own demise long before he puts a pen to paper. I actually said to a friend that I almost feel that certain forces want him out of sight so he can have that accident, in inverted commas, fall off a horse or, whatever. Okay, now moving from Andrew to Harry and Meghan, I received a comment, not a nasty comment, quite friendly, so no harm, no foul. I am just using it as an intro to my next topic. Anyway, so this comment says that I was wrong about Harry, that King Charles did not invite him for Christmas, etc., etc. Well, you know what? One has to be very careful when you listen to YouTube channels, including mine. Use your own knowledge and your intuition when deciding what you believe and what you don't. I mean, who told anyone, whether it is Dan Wootton, Lady C, Trevor Colt, Fox News, BBC, or whoever, Neil Sean P, Dinah, Paula M, Celt, it really does not matter who we bring up. Who exactly told them the king is not talking to Harry, did not extend a Christmas invitation to him, or anything like that or similar? I mean, it is always a source. And yes, guess where I get my stories from? Also, a source or informant or contributor. But who did the king tell that he wasn't talking to his son? That he, say, for instance, can't trust Harry? And so forth, blah, blah, blah. No one. The king is not going to call up Dan Wootton or me or you and tell us, hey, you know what? I'm not talking to my son Harry anymore. No, he is not. What Charles thinks or feels about Harry is not something he is going to just come out and talk to staff or even extended family or journalists about. So most of what we hear is second or even third or fourth hand, and unless it is something the king or the palace want us to hear, the chances are that it could be as much a load of hogwash as it could be true. I mean, it's 50-50, I think. Or then I would even go so far as to say it is more likely, I would say 60-70% hogwash. Rubbish. There are only two people on YouTube whose information on the Harkles, if and when they give it, which is not always, they talk about other people and other things as well. But if and when they do talk about Harry and Meghan, I certainly believe 97 or 98% of their narrative, or I believe in what they're telling me 97 or 98% of the time. And I know this may be a bit nasty, but I'm not going to say who it is or why. Okay? Not now. Everyone else, I give a 50-50 because I know how they work, because I am no different. Maybe I just work on maybe a smaller scale than them. So my dear friends, Harry may have changed his mind about going to the United Kingdom, but whether he changed his mind or not, the story is still that he's not spending Christmas with Meghan. So where else will he be? Now look, Harry is not going to send out a memo saying, I'm flying to the United Kingdom at 9 a.m. on the 24th. I'm flying from New York or Los Angeles or wherever, and nor will the king or anyone else make it known. Which is not to say that he will be going to the United Kingdom. The fact is, we do not know. And if they don't want us to find out, I can bet you we won't. And not only that, if Meghan wants us to think that Harry was at home, she could easily use a photograph from 2022, 2023, or 2024, or Photoshop or AI a photograph, and we won't know. I mean, we won't know the difference. And that, my dear friends, is the absolute one and only truth. But once again, the gossip or the current narrative is that he will not be home for Christmas. So I say, let's wait and see where he pops up. If old Harry pops up. I want to believe what I was told, namely that he will be in the United Kingdom until the first week of January. But we all know Harry can change plans at a drop of a hat if he perceives a slight or things may not be to his liking. We all know he's like that. He will just have a jumped up attitude and turn around and go somewhere else. So let's wait and see, okay? Then there's Charles's speech. I heard a few controversial things about it, a bit of wokery apparently, but I am going to wait until I heard the entire thing for myself. Okay, guys and girls, it's time for me to go. I finally went and bought my daughter and Dragon Man a gift each, but it must still be wrapped. Oh boy, this Christmas is truly a non-event in this household. But to all of you, happy, very merry, and a very blessed Christmas. And to those of you who do not celebrate the birth of Jesus, may you too have a safe and happy holiday. Bye.